You'll be hurting inside. Oh, what you doing? You got some time today. Oh, I don't know, just come out and play. High, so high, the Christmas sky is way too sweet to talk about. I scream and shout, but no one's around. There's no way to escape. I met the devil by the window. Traded my life. Temptation to try tongues, but the wings of desire. It's just better to fight. Don't you put up a fight? Shut the devil by the window. Dream on, good night.
Oh man.
Raced away in the gutter of me. No one can tell what is fake in my reality. I see the waves wash over me. Oh, stay, you can stay when you're tempted to leave. Oh, what you
The waves wash over me actually makes a lot of sense with Sugar Rush Ride, as there's like a wreckage in the background at the sea. Because the whole island is almost like the temptation itself, is like the place that you are trapped in because you want to get away from all of your troubles, which is why like the Sugar Rush Ride music video, like that ending was a little bit suspicious to me, which is why I was like, are they really saying farewell? But let's take it back. This is really, really cool.
Raced away in the gutter of me. No one can tell what is fake in my reality. I see the waves wash over me. Oh, stay, you can stay when you're tempted to leave.
Damn.
Oh, what you doing?
Not much. Yo.
Oh, I don't know, just come out and play. So high, the Christmas sky is
I love how it opens up. Holy shit. This pre-chorus sounds consuming. Holy shit. Damn. Damn. That signal sound. Or lost signal, I guess. I love the production. It sounds super like eternal. Holy shit, that was such a beautiful setup for Sugar Rush Ride, because that would have been the next song after this. This is really, really cool. So like we arrived at this island, which is the equivalent of us meeting the devil, as the island basically representing that devil and all the things within that island. The trees, the flowers, that lizard that changes colors, the butterflies that are so beautiful, but yet they're as beautiful as they are consuming later in that scene. We're pretty much trying to get away from them. There's a bunch of scenes that, again, like kind of like represent like withdrawal in a way. Even the scene there's literally lyrics saying feeling weightless, I'm never coming down, is literally, I believe it was Taehyun who was levitating, but then he did come down, which is kind of makes me want to think that in the end they are actually saying farewell. It's all truly kind of like mental warfare that you have against yourself. It's all mind games, and it's all about being able to resist your own, urges and desires, because it's easier to get away from a problem than to face it head on and solve it. It's much easier to ignore it and move away to this different world. There's even lyrics saying like, talking about what is real and what is not. Everything feels real and everything feels, I believe, wait, hold up. There's literally lyrics talking about, I can't tell what is fake in my reality, which again, it kind of makes me think of Runaway, as the giant door is burning, but at the same time, you have a classroom that is on fire. So in the end, this feels like the boys are accepting the devil, quote unquote, by meeting him and then coming to this island. Because there are so many lyrics that kind of slightly contradict with the levitation scene as far as feeling weightless and never wanting to come down, but then Taehyun actually does come down at the end, whereas in the beginning of the video, in that pre-chorus, that fucking beautiful vocal melody, those high notes, and then he's levitating. But then in the end, it seems like his feet do touch the ground. So it's almost like in a way that scene was very symbolic as far as, instead of focusing on the easy way out as far as going to this magic island, he literally touches grass, which is almost like a visual double entendre as far as landing on my feet. Like, I'll be able to land on my feet and get through this. But also, when you tell people that they need to touch grass, the phrase touch grass is basically to imply to somebody that they physically need to get outside to touch some grass to reconnect with the real world, which is basically what Taehyun is doing in the music video, which is actually pretty cool. Overall, this song was definitely incredibly seductive, much like the devil that seduced me, the temptation that seduced me. And I love the way these lyrics kind of correlate with the Sugar Rush Ride visuals, and also with the lyrics of Sugar Rush Ride as far as not being able to resist it, and talking to that liar and what you did to me, sugar, and all that kind of stuff. Talking to the devil, but also kind of like talking to themselves in a way too, because I need to get over my own fucking fears in order to get away from this island that felt like a magical one, but ended up being a trap. There's something definitely ironically angelic about it, and something very very seductive. And I just love the pre-chorus and how the production on this song is very, very good. And the pre-chorus, I just love the way it opens up. It feels like that song could fill up an entire stadium. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, there's something about the ambiance of that pre-chorus that just felt incredibly, almost euphoric. And I think I said euphoric when describing some portions of Sugar Rush Ride as well. So this is absolutely wonderful. And literally the devil saying, whispering, give up, don't put up a fight, which is obviously exactly what you need to do in order to get away from that place, which is why they do land on their feet from levitating in Sugar Rush Ride and then facing the boat and facing the sea as far as getting away from that place. So yeah, this song is wonderful. Let's move on to the next song, which would have been Sugar Rush Ride, but we did check it out. So if you want to have a look at the reaction, it's somewhere up there. Let's move on to Happy Fools featuring Coil Ray. This kind of feels like, in terms of the storyline, like the portions where they're happy on that island in Sugar Rush Ride, when they're running on that greenery, that beautiful running scene, and even the scenes when they're smiling as the chorus drops and they're dressed in black. This kind of feels like what it felt like they were being happy fools in a way. So This song almost like represents the euphoric state before they realize that they actually relapsed or that they faced the devil and they, kind of like went downhill when thinking in reality that they're actually in a good place. This is the island. Butterflies, nice. And the honey with Yeonjun. Wait, did they just say, "I'll be the laziest Superman"? This is really, really cool. Let's take it back. Don't want to do my thing. Nice. That should be the Monday anthem.
Gucci coats and kisses, you should know that I'm expensive. I take a trip from Cali, now my rollie on Korean time. Foreign came to limit. I just wanna live my life. Yeah, I like red roses, but I'd rather you could spend some time. HAPPY, we go out like the moon. TXT and coil ray, get it poppin' like balloons. We gon' party every day, living like some happy fools, doing what we wanna do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 더 할래만 내가 세상의 중심만 마치 butterfly 음만하는 꿀벌은 기분 좋은 바람 불어도 느낄 줄 모른 채 Don't wanna do my thing 후회 없네 I'll be the lazy Superman So follow me 기분 좋은 게으름의 맛 아주 달콤한 girl 꿈만 같은 guilty pleasure 눈 앞에 Happy, happy, happy fools 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 Happy, happy, happy
Ooh,
happy fool.
damn, that was beautiful. Holy. And even to throw it back to Peter Pan and all that kind of stuff, like Peter Pan is literally a boy that doesn't want to grow up. And, by being happy fools, I don't want any responsibility. I just want to be lazy. I don't want to do anything. I just don't want to behave like an adult who is almost like that honeybee. I believe there was lyrics of honeybees that are all they do is work and not have any time for themselves. All I want is time for myself. And in a way, this is almost like a very healthy kind of song, because every once in a while we all kind of, I guess, want to be a little bit lazy. We all want to have that week off, that day off, whatever weekend off and whatnot, and where we don't want to do anything, just lay in bed or just eat junk and whatnot, and just do nothing. Just want to be ignorant of any responsibility that is on us, and we just want to be happy fools, basically. And I love that, like, in a lot of songs, like there's lyrics saying just do your thing, and here TXT are basically saying I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do my thing. I don't have a thing. I don't want to have a thing. So that was really, really cool. And I really like Coil Ray's verse and how she incorporated various ways of the collaboration of her and TXT, whether it's literally like Coil Ray and TXT happy to the moon and blowing up like balloons and whatnot. But one of my favorite lines is actually the you should know that I'm expensive. Take a trip from Cali. Now my rollie on Korean time. As far as rollie, my Rolex is now on Korean time as I take the trip from California. So that was really, really clever. Very, very nice. It's a very sweet kind of song. I don't think I've ever described any song as sweet, but just the vocals and everything, it just legitimately makes you feel like wanting to live without a single worry in the world. This is incredibly nice, and also this kind of feels like the peak of when, if we're connected to the story of this entire album so far with the Sugar Rush Ride and the Devil by the Window song, it definitely kind of feels like the peak happiness on that magical island and whatnot, or like the first act of like Peter Pan and whatnot, as far as like wanting to just be a kid and never wanting to grow up. I don't want to have any responsibility and I just want to live like this. So this was really, really nice. Let's move on to the next song, which from the preview that we checked out, it might be the most excited I've been about the songs on this album. The production, it feels like I'm underwater or something. Shout out to Kwanonbi, by the way, for Underwater.
Baby, I just want it to be a star. 매일 party like the weekend. 물 만난 듯이 보이는 하야. 하루가 beat is a disaster. 잔뜩 빛도 씌운 지난 밤이 넘쳐. 순간 새어나온 한숨. I know that I can't be a rock star.
Oh, you can.
귀를 막아봐도 멍 커진 소리 멍먹지 어항 속에 잠긴 듯이 인명이 더 차오지 공허한 소음 속이 feel so lonely rockstar baby just a rock okay 꿈을 꿨었네 못해 멈춰 시끄러웠던 새벽 그 끝은 공허 객가를 채워진 내 탓 잠긴 듯해 멍멍 yeah want it want it want it want it want it want it yeah 그저는 lonely 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 yeah 그냥 돌멩이 나는 없어 그런 talent 깊은 사연 인정한 나라 born to be 내가 봐도 특별한 뭔가 나냐 반짝이던 dream은 꺾여나간 지 오래 wasting every second no 난 돌멩이나 될래 파티가 끝나면 멈춰 거질 소리를 멈춰간 귀
Okay, this is a vibe.
인명이 더 차오지 공허한 소음 속에 feel so lonely wanna leave I sing but I've been not take 뭘까 내 존재 give it answer 돌멩이던 난뭐 좋은 것 같아 그저 굴러가는 게 나만의
That's nice. I'm just a rock and I wanna roll, so let's rock and roll. Damn. Okay, that felt like a trip. Okay, if this album is a glass of wine, I feel like this song is the time when somebody slips some LSD or something, because that was a fucking trip. And again, this song is so freaking short. Holy shit. And because these songs are so good, they feel even shorter. Okay, so I was very intrigued with this song. Tinnitus, Wanna Be a Rock. Because the lyrics are kind of trippy, and this entire song just feels like if TXT, the name chapter Temptation, was a glass of wine or whatever, this song is the part where I feel like somebody slipped like an LSD pill or something into my drink, because this felt like I went on vacation and I didn't even realize it. And apparently there was an interview of sorts, something on Teen Vogue that I found. This is TXT's take on Afro beats, produced by a Grammy-nominated Smash David and Distinct. and features creative contributions by Taeyeon and Yeonjun. After a suave kalimba intro, an engulfing bass heavy drum beat, and a distinct clave rhythm take over the sound, with the members' vocals layered over assorted ad-libs for a fun element. On top of the percussion, the use of repetition in the bridge and the chorus make the track even catchier. Definitely a song that calls for headphones, which is like the second that song started, it felt like I'm underwater or something. And this song is incredible. Taeyeon says the members were extra excited about trying this new genre out, but they were also extra careful as a misstep could ruin the vibe and the quality of the song. Okay, so I'm going to say something possibly a little bit silly, but feel free to make fun if you want. But I just looked up the tinnitus condition. And knowing what we know about TXT as far as not wanting to grow up, that Peter Pan aspect of it, wanting to escape to a magical place because the real world basically sucks. Tinnitus is usually caused by an underlying condition, and the condition itself, tinnitus, is a name for hearing noises that do not come from an outside source. It's not usually a sign of anything serious and may get better by itself. But the actual condition, what is the main cause of tinnitus? Tinnitus is usually caused by an underlying condition, such as, among other things, it could be ear injury or a problem with the circulatory system. But the first thing that is mentioned, it could be caused by an underlying condition, such as age-related hearing loss. Now, the age-related part actually makes it a little bit funny for me, because in a world where they want to be Peter Pan, they want to be happy fools, they don't want to grow up, they want to stay in that magical place that they were tempted by the devil, and then it turned out to be a nightmare and whatnot and all that kind of stuff. Tinnitus is almost like the representation of them getting older and no longer wanting to be that Peter Pan, perhaps. Peter Pan is growing up and realizing that it's not all about being lazy, and it's not all about living in a dream world. And some of the lyrics are definitely feel a little bit experimental, and they fit so well with the song. Like this song, if the lyrics are serious, but at the same time, like, I think being a rock, I think it would be good just rolling around my own rock and roll. And they literally say in the chorus, I want to live a new life, but I'm a bit lazy. I'm just kind of blown away by these lyrics and how they almost kind of sound experimental, but they fit so well. There's a certain level of quirkiness to them, but yet they still tell almost like a sad story as far as being lonely. In the empty noise, I feel lonely as there's no noise around me, but the tinnitus just fills up my ears and whatnot, and it feels like I'm in a fishbowl. Also, the lyrics saying, I just wanted to be the hot stuff, party every day like the weekend, and then saying, I know that I can't be a rock star. It's almost like by being a rock star, I'm Peter Pan and I no longer want to be Peter Pan, perhaps. It definitely feels like there's a little bit of emptiness behind it. It also just feels like behind like the lavish life that you may think a rock star has or an idol has, there's actually a ton of emptiness that you don't know shit about because you don't live that life. On the inside, I'm not a rock star, I'm just a rock. Just talking about these lyrics makes me feel like I need to finally try some weed or something, to be honest. This is really, really, really cool. Like, even like literally the second verse saying, I don't have that kind of talent, deep story. I admitted I'm not a born to be, and even when I see myself, I know that I'm nothing special. And the twinkling dream that has long since faded away and all that kind of stuff. Like the dreams of being a rock star, the dreams of being Peter Pan, and now instead of a rock star, I just want to become a rock. And I just want to roll down my own path and be my own rock and roll. This song is quite, it sounds trippy, and looking at the lyrics, it is incredibly trippy. It's even more trippy. Let's move on to the final song, which is Farewell Neverland. Kind of funny, the same guitar in Sugar Rush Ride that was part of the trip is now.
Neverland, my love, 이젠 안녕, and I'm free falling. 별들아 모두 편히 차렴.
Let's take it back.
Neverland, my love, 이젠 안녕, and I'm free falling. 별들아 모두 편히 차렴 till I be calling. No matter where I go, 여긴 no home. 두려워도 난 더 아래로. 그냥 Neverland, my love. 따사로운 매일매일 같은 계절. 소녀는 잘 나지 않아. 잠들지도 않는 태양의 입맞춤. 누구도 별을 보지 않아. My paradise is full of lies. 외면하고 싶었어 난. 내 마지막 피난처. 말해서 at least fighting. It's the end, it's true. Neverland, my love. 이젠 안녕, and I'm free falling. 별들아 모두.
This is my favorite song from the album. It literally feels, it sounds like he's falling. I love the production on this album. Irresponsible dreams. Oh.
Time to fall, it's time. Neverland, my love, 이젠 안녕, and I'm free falling. 별들아 모두 편히 차렴 till I be calling. No matter where I go, 여긴 no home. 두려워도 난 더 아래로. 그냥 Neverland, my love.
Holy shit. That felt like a season finale. That felt like a serious finale. This song was incredibly beautiful, and within like the first, I think like 45 seconds, it became my favorite off of the album. Even though every single song off of this album is absolutely beautiful, and especially something like Tinnitus, which is very unique. I feel like the song could be performed with the fans, with Moa, and it would be quite beautiful. And the lyrics here are incredibly powerful, and especially in relation to something like Tinnitus, because even though Tinnitus was a bit of a trip, both lyrically and musically, it actually touched on the fact that, you know, I'm lonely and I'm no one special, and you know, I wanted to be that rock star. I wanted to be like, to me it's like representing, like I wanted to be that Peter Pan. I wanted to be uh part of that Neverland. But at the end of the day, it almost feels like I need, much like in Sugar Rush Ride, in the visual with Taeyeon landing on his feet, we need to touch that grass, and we need to face reality. Even if I'm afraid I'm going down, goodbye, Neverland. Even if it's going to scare me, even if it's something that may be problematic, if it's something that gets worse before it gets better, it's something that I need to do. And I love the second verse. everything that was beautiful, I know it's not true because I was living on this magical place, trying to spit out that cruel lie to the paradise of irresponsible dreams. Like like to me again, the irresponsible dreams. I keep on coming back to Runaway with the burning door as the classroom is burning, as far as it being an irresponsible dream. So I'm saying goodbye to my youth. I'm saying goodbye to the person in me that didn't want to grow up, that is now realizing that Neverland. And I kind of like try to look up the symbolism of Neverland, which is basically like Neverland is a place where those who don't want to grow up, the people in Neverland basically cease to age. Its best known resident famously refused to grow up. Thus, the name is often used as a metaphor for eternal childhood and childlessness, as well as immortality and escapism. Whereas Runaway even like represented wanting to escape from this cruel world, and I want to live in a world where I'm with my friends. And as Yunjun is taking off that bandage and there's no more wound on his finger, as far as him being healed when he's in that magical place and he's also surrounded by his friends. In reality, to me, it also represented something darker, as far as him kind of realizing that this is just a dream. This is just an illusion. Because even with Love Song, as far as having like the imagination of having all of your friends burning that car and whatnot, when in reality, um, I'm I'm there all alone, and that car is intact, and there's no one around me. As also we had those visuals of the fishes, which represented like beta fishes that cannot be together because they will dominate each other to death until only one survives or something like that. I don't remember fully what some of the comments said, but I do remember that it was a special kind of fish that cannot be in the same place, in the same room as the other fishes of its kind. Everything that was beautiful was just an illusion. And trying to spit that cruel lie that it's not real, as the paradise of irresponsible dreams was like that Neverland. So I'm saying goodbye to my young self that never wanted to grow up. And the lyrics and the way in which they are delivered, they almost feel a little bit regretful. Like I have to say goodbye because I have to be like an adult in a way. I have to be realistic, hoping for endless flying in the end. It's the end, it's true. As literally Taeyeon was floating in the air in Sugar Rush Ride, but then he had to come down, as all of them in the end of the music video come to that boat. So there is a sense of regret with the way that Kai was looking at the camera at the end of the music video, but as the lyrics say, like the lyrics here basically kind of like describe the entirety of this album. They describe some of the music videos with Runaway, with Sugar Rush Ride, with Love Song. Also, in a way, even if we want to look at Can't You See Me Now, as far as a paradise full of lies, I wanted to turn a blind eye, as they all have like this foot fight with each other, but they seem happy, but then the realization comes and it's like, oh shit, this is not paradise. In reality, I'm suffering and I'm all alone. No one can understand me. Even the lyrics, every day is warm. Every day is the same season. Boys don't grow up. A kiss from the sun that never sleeps. Literally living in a world where it's all sunshine and rainbows, but at the same time, that is just a representation of being a boy that doesn't have any responsibility, that is a happy fool in a way. And it was just a lie, because that life cannot be maintained. And if you live in that magical place, you kind of pay the piper in the reality, as far as like the classroom burning and Runaway, and just the physical and the mental hold on Yeonjun, for example, in Love Song at the end there, where he's all alone. and all of the friends and everything that he has, it's almost like his imagination playing with him, and kind of like keep the thought of his friends is what keeps him going. But then the realization sinks in as uh he basically is going down. That magical place is as beautiful as it is almost like terrifying. And, you know, I'm only there because I'm trying to escape. But I want to live a life where I don't need to escape, where I can just be me. Um, yeah, this song was absolutely incredible. And again, the production on this album is absolutely beautiful, whether it's with Tinnitus, where you feel like you literally feel as if like you're underwater, and you really get the sense of what the guys are kind of feeling as far as feeling lonely. And here, when they deliver the lyrics of falling, it literally feels as if they're singing while they're falling. The production and the details of this album are absolutely incredible, and vocally, I was blown away by each and every single one of them. This song is absolutely beautiful and is probably my second or third favorite TXT song, with Can't You See Me Now is still my favorite. This might be my second favorite song by them. It's absolutely beautiful, and in context with everything that we've checked out, it's absolutely fucking beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If I made any sense, let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to add something aside from, I believe, some of the line distribution lyric videos, it focused on the wrong member in some portions, as far as I understand, with some of the comments that I've seen on Farewell Neverland. So aside from the things that I cannot control, if you want to talk a little bit about some of the meanings, some details that I may have missed, or just some things and how you felt about this album and what this album kind of means to you as someone that has been with TXT ever since the beginning. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed this album a lot. And this last song, it truly felt like a serious finale, and I absolutely loved it. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you guys. Be well, be safe. See ya.